Every autumn, nature gives gardeners a gift so powerful it can transform poor soil into rich, living earth. Yet, most people bag it up, burn it, or toss it to the curb without realizing they're throwing away one of the most valuable free resources their garden will ever see. Fall leaves aren't trash, they're pure garden gold. But if you're not handling them the right way, you could be turning that treasure into trouble. Let's uncover the 8 biggest mistakes gardeners make with fall leaves, and how to use them the right way to build healthy soil, protect your garden, and boost next season's growth. One of the biggest mistakes gardeners make is using whole, unshredded leaves in the garden. When you dump or pile unshredded leaves, they quickly mat down, creating a dense, soggy layer that blocks oxygen and water. This suffocates the soil beneath and delays decomposition for months. The secret: shred them first. A simple leaf shredder, mower with a bag, or even a string trimmer in a large barrel can turn those bulky leaves into fluffy, compost-ready material. Shredded leaves decompose 4 times faster, mix easily into soil, and form a soft, moisture-holding mulch that plants love. For the perfect balance, mix 1 part shredded leaves with 1 part green material like grass clippings or kitchen scraps. That's the carbon to nitrogen magic that makes compost heat up beautifully. If you've never made leaf mold, you're missing one of gardening's best-kept secrets. Leaf mold is simply decomposed leaves, nothing more, yet it's rich in beneficial microbes, improves soil structure, and increases water retention like a sponge. The biggest mistake is tossing leaves out, instead of letting them rot down naturally. Here's how to make perfect leaf mold. Pile up shredded leaves in a corner of your yard about 3 feet high and wide. Dampen the pile until it's as moist as a wrung-out sponge. Turn it every few months. If your area is dry, add a few cups of water every few weeks to keep it moist. Within 6 to 12 months, you'll have dark, crumbly leaf mold that rivals any store-bought soil conditioner. Mix 2 inches into garden beds, or use it as a top dressing for lawns and perennials. It's painful to see gardeners burning or bagging away what their garden needs most. Burning destroys organic matter and valuable nutrients, releasing carbon into the air for nothing. Bagging them for waste collection is just as bad. You're literally giving away your own fertilizer. Instead, let the leaves return to the soil where they belong. Spread shredded leaves over vegetable gardens, flower beds, or around trees as a natural mulch about 2 to 3 inches thick. This not only feeds the soil as it breaks down but also suppresses weeds, moderates soil temperature, and prevents erosion through the harsh winter months. While leaves are great for composting, leaving a thick carpet of them on your lawn is a mistake. Dense layers of leaves block sunlight and trap moisture, which can smother grass and encourage mold. The trick is balance. Mulch them lightly instead. Set your mower to its highest setting and mow over dry leaves a few times. The chopped bits will sift down between the blades of grass, decomposing slowly and adding nutrients like potassium and phosphorus to your lawn naturally. It's like applying a free slow-release fertilizer right before winter. Leaves are high in carbon but low in nitrogen, which means they need a little green boost to break down effectively. A pile made of only dry leaves can sit cold and dormant for months. This is one of the most common composting mistakes gardeners make. To fix it, add nitrogen-rich materials like grass clippings, coffee grounds, or even a natural activator. A proven formula for jump-starting leaf compost is to mix 5 gallons of shredded leaves with 1 gallon of fresh grass clippings and sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of molasses dissolved in 1 cup of warm water to feed the microbes. Keep the pile damp but not soaked, about as moist as a sponge. Turn every 2 weeks for best results. In 2 to 3 months, you'll have rich, earthy compost that smells like a forest floor. Many gardeners clean up their yards too thoroughly in fall, leaving garden beds bare for winter. That's a mistake that can cost you plant roots and soil health. Leaves act as a natural blanket, protecting soil organisms and plant crowns from freezing temperatures and harsh winds. For tender perennials, shrubs, and vegetable beds, spread a layer of shredded leaves about 4 to 6 inches thick once the ground begins to cool. This not only insulates but also, feeds the soil slowly through the winter. Come spring, just rake away what's left into compost. or simply let it break down where it lies. Not all leaves are created equal. Another major mistake is adding diseased or chemically treated leaves to compost or garden beds. Leaves from plants suffering from fungal diseases or from lawns sprayed with herbicides or pesticides can carry residues or pathogens that survive composting and honestly harm your garden later. Stick to clean, untreated leaves from healthy trees. If you're unsure about the source, compost them separately and let them decompose for a full year before use. Heat and time will neutralize most issues, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. Some gardeners rake every last leaf off the ground, missing out on one of nature's most beautiful balances. Fallen leaves provide essential shelter for beneficial insects, butterflies, and even toads and pollinators during winter. Overcleaning can disrupt this mini ecosystem that keeps your garden thriving year after year. Instead, leave a small wild zone, perhaps under shrubs or trees, where a thin layer of leaves can stay undisturbed through winter. You'll be giving countless beneficial creatures a home and ensuring a healthier, more balanced garden come spring. Every leaf that falls in autumn carries nutrients and life waiting to return to the soil. The biggest mistake isn't just one of these 8, it's thinking that fall leaves are waste instead of opportunity. When you handle them correctly, they become mulch, compost, fertilizer, insulation, and habitat all in one. They're not debris, they're the foundation of next year's growth. So, this fall, don't bag, burn, or ignore what nature is offering. Shred, mulch, pile, and protect. Treat every leaf as a gift from the trees to your garden.